Hello, this is Dale Calvert. Today is Friday, May 9th, and I'd like to welcome you to the MLM Minute for this week. By the time most of you see this, I will be thankfully at the beach again at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm going to go down there this week and spend some time with my family, some members of my family, my mom and dad, brother and sister, and we're going to have a great time. And I can promise you that this week's MLM Minute, if you will take the advice that I'm getting ready to share with you, it will save you days, hours, weeks, possibly years of frustration in your business. But I also know that most of you will not take the advice. You will eventually down the road, but most people do not have whatever it takes, the guts or whatever you want to call it, to take the advice I'm going to get ready to give you right now. So let me give you the nugget and then we'll talk about it. And that is, it's just as important to get rid of the wrong people as it is to keep the right people. It's just as important to get rid of the wrong people as it is to keep the right people. And I'm going to share with you a story that happened to us in the office this week. And just share the story with you. A lot of you, I'm sure the majority of you that are subscribers to our MLM Minute, at one time in your network marketing career, you've ordered this set. This is our Confessions of a Network Marketing Millionaire set. We came out with this, I believe, like in '94. You can see it's on 2 VHS and a couple of audios. And then later on, we came out with just the set on audio cassette. This, no question, has been one of the most popular and one of the best-selling courses really in the history of network marketing, with well over 250,000 sets of these sold. And what we did, I guess, a few months ago is we converted it all to this type of format. If you go to MLMconfessions.com right now and you look, you know, we've got the DVDs and then we've got the audio CDs, and it's all on CD and DVD, and that's the way we sell it today. Now, a few months back in our warehouse, we found just cases of these particular audios that we didn't even know were there. So we had a decision to make. What are we going to do? And what we decided to do was make this set available free to people. They visit one of our websites, they register, and they get this free set of audio tapes that we normally sold for $29.97. And we send out, you know, dozens of these sets on a weekly basis every day. They go out of our office. The people that have, went to that particular website, they registered, and we mail these to them. People are thinking they're going to come to them in an audio format over the internet. They aren't expecting us to actually go to the time, energy, effort, and cost to actually send them a free set of audios. And we get all kinds of emails back from people. You know, thank you for sending me the audios. I appreciate it. Because literally we don't charge a penny. Not a penny for postage, not a penny for the training. It's just something that we found these. We decided, you know what, we're just going to give them away to people. And since we've been doing that, and I'm sure a lot of you found us originally by registering at that website, and you got this set of audios at home. And yes, some of the people that order the audios or get the free audio set end up going to MLMconfessions.com and they buy the DVDs and they like to see what they've been hearing. And it's been a good win-win situation for all of us. Now, I'm going to share with you the story. And again, this happened this week, and the concept, again, here's another concept, and that concept is you can't fight ignorance. Over the weekend, this past weekend, somebody called, left a message and says, yes, I need to talk to somebody at the office about these audios that I got. No problem. One of our staff members calls back. It could be the MLM retention DVDs, audio CDs. It could be any of the many CD programs and trainings that we offer. So we didn't have a clue what this guy was even talking about. And he called and left this message, and he was kind of harsh, no big deal. And then finally we called him back again, and he wasn't there, and we plain phone tagged. But finally one of our staff members got a hold of him, and he said, yes, I can't believe you guys are sending out audio cassettes. I haven't had an audio cassette player in years. And we were kind of taken back by that. It's not like it's something the guy paid for. It was a gift. But he was just kind of upset the fact that we would even have the gall to send out free audio set to people. And our staff member said, well, sir, I'm sorry that you don't have an audio cassette player. And, we apologize, but, I don't know what else to tell you. We sent it to you free. He said, and said, we're really sorry. And the guy said, if you were really sorry, you'd send me a free set of CDs. And again, how do you respond to somebody like that? Somebody where the whole world revolves around them and where they have a victim mentality. Everybody's out to try to get me. We sent the guy free, we pay the postage, CDs, and he's complaining, our cassettes, and he's complaining because he got a free set of cassettes, and if we really cared, we would send him CDs. I felt like grabbing the phone from my staff member and saying, sir, please do us a favor. We're gonna remove you immediately from all of our mailing lists or all of our email lists, which we did. But don't ever, ever think about communicating or ordering anything from us for the rest of your life. We do not need you. We do not want you as a customer. That's really what I wanted to do. I didn't. That's why I don't get on the phone much, quite frankly. But here was my thought as I was thinking about this in the afternoon. Here was my thought. Somebody sponsored that person. Somebody has to deal with that mentality probably every day, probably every hour, at least every week. And they sponsored somebody that has the world owes me mentality, and I can only imagine the grief that that gentleman puts his upline through. And I really started to think about that this week and the last couple of days. All of our frustration in the business comes because we can't get people to do that which we want them to do. But I see so many people that get so bogged down in trying to be a servant to people that are only looking for somebody that will serve them. Think about that. And just because they signed up on your team, if it's not a win-win relationship, if you aren't throwing the ball, they're throwing it back. You throw the ball, they're throwing it back. And if you don't have that kind of building, growing relationship with somebody, and if they're constantly demanding your time, energy, and effort, and they show no appreciation, they show no willingness to hold up on their end of the deal, it is okay for you to say, you know what, Joe, I really don't think this is working for either one of us, and you should probably just go ahead and quit. I just don't think this is working. You should probably go ahead and quit. See, we get involved in network marketing and we think because they signed up and they signed a form or they signed up online and they joined our team that we're obligated at that point to burp and diaper and baby them all the time. I don't want, you don't want somebody that you have to constantly burp and diaper and keep pulling their thumb out of their mouth, because those people drain your energy. There's no bigger energy drain in this business than trying to deal with the wrong people. No bigger energy drain. Your time is the most valuable asset that you have, and maintaining your focus and your mental energy is the second most valuable thing in this business. To keep that energy level high, to keep your focus there, and it's really easy to do that when you're working with the right people, and it's very, very draining and distracting when you're trying to work with the wrong people. So my message to you today, again, with this week's MLM Minute, is that it's just as important to get rid of the wrong people and let people know, hey, this isn't working for you. Maybe you should quit. It's okay to do that. It's just as important to get rid of the wrong people as it is to keep the right people. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.